Hello everyone, my name is Ryan. I'll be your moderator for today. On my left, we are joined by Seth, Victoria. On my right, Julius and Colin, and we are the Power Changers, and we're all students here at Solano Community College, and we're all actually gathered here in the TV studio here today to talk to you all about our topic, which is the cost of living among college students in California. And guys, why is this topic something that we decided to talk about today?
So for me personally, I think it's just, we're all college students and we're in California.
Right.
We're kind of hitting it right on the nose for us.
Exactly.
We know how expensive California is. It's the third most expensive state in the U.S. Right. The annual cost of in-state college tuition in California was $14,000, and that's just from 2021, 2022, so it's probably gone up. Yeah. And that's not even considering the other fees for college, like books, housing, rent, food, any of that other stuff. So it's really important to raise awareness for this, I think, because I don't think it's really talked about enough. Like, obviously, there's tons of issues in California in general, but this one, among young students, it's hard for us to make a living after college and even in college, like to have just some substantial money to be living and surviving off of. So.
Yes. For me personally, I'm from Texas, and so I've come back and forth. I know the different types of living and the money situation that comes with living in Texas and California. And my friends in Texas are living a way different life than my friends out in California. My friends out in California, it is so hard to make plans with them because they are too busy worrying. It's not, I wouldn't say too busy, they're too worried about, they're always worried about their bills, what they're gonna eat, how they're gonna get to work, because most of my friends don't even have cars. And so I'm like the only one of my friends in California that actually has a car, and I just only got blessed to be like that. And in Texas, they get their cars like right as soon as you're 16, and it's not very much. They're not very much worried about that here in California because, like I said, that is like the last thing that's on someone's mind because their house is already times 3, like 1,000, like expensive as like a car would be, and so I would just say like my friends are. Or whoever is just really living and working to live or working to survive and not really live and have a good life as a young adult or teen.
I think the price in gas is a big thing. If you want to talk about like Texas and California,
and let's talk. The minimum wage in Texas is $7.25. What's our minimum wage, guys?
16?
Like 15, 16.
Oh
15,
my
16?
gosh.
It went up over the
years. It went up. It went up.
Yeah.
Ours hasn't went up since like, I'm not gonna like say anything, but it gone up in like years.
Yeah.
Like that's ridiculous. My first job, I was making $7.25.
Yeah, it's crazy. People could be spending like $60 to $100 on gas like every 2 to 3 days. Not even a week.
Because the mileage will go down.
Especially if you're a commuter. Yeah.
And I drive a Nissan Sentra. Every time I get 11 gallons, guess how much I'm spending? $50. $50 for 11 gallons.
Yeah, and that commute, it's only like to go to school and go to work. That doesn't even
it's not even
include like
excess
exactly
excess travel. Like maybe you want to go drive 20 minutes to go pick up your friends.
Yes.
Yeah. Or like go to the city.
Exactly. And since you mentioned like driving 20 minutes, like we already live in a big state, but it's like big like this.
Right.
In Texas, it's huge like this. So we're driving more like distance, but I'm not using that much gas. I've realized that. I've noticed it. And like driving my mom's Honda Civic that takes a lot more gas than, or a bigger tank than I do. Like her gas is like, it stays like, and when I do have to go get gas for her car, it's like $25.
Yeah.
I remember I was like, oh my gosh, $25? Like I miss this. I can't remember the last time I spent $25, honestly. Under 30.
I think for me it was
before
like
COVID.
the height of the pandemic when it was like gas plummeted.
Right.
But it's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get people spending money on like we were saying, like $100 on like your gas for the week and stuff. Like
Yeah.
that could be going towards stuff like
More important
Gro-
things.
groceries.
Groceries.
Saving
and stuff.
for college.
Like,
Yeah.
like physiological needs.
Yes.
Like I would say, like a car is more like a luxury.
Is a luxury, bro.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
it's not a
luxury.
necessity.
It's not a necessity.
You don't need a car.
You
Like,
don't need a nice
need
car.
food. Yeah. Like a car
You
is
need a
just
reliable car.
it can come later on down the road, but
Yeah, but we have alternate options for people that like don't have a car, like ride sharing or Ubering. That might be more expensive if
Yeah.
you're doing a day to
it'll add
day.
up.
Getting a bike,
Mhm.
taking your local transportations,
Yeah.
buses.
You said the buses, right?
Figuring out your local bus schedule.
Roller skate.
Whatever you need to do.
Shoot, like I
Get
was thinking
there.
about that.
Just hop on like to work with the poker
Yes.
Roller skate isn't $400 in insurance every month. It's not $100 in gas every week. That's like almost $1,000.
You get some exercise, get the wind in your hair and your
But yeah.
ears. Something.
Yeah,
It's good you say the bus because, especially here at Solano,
Yeah.
and I believe most other colleges, because I
Yeah.
know my sister when she was at UC Santa Barbara, it was the same thing. If you have your student ID card, that works as a bus pass, a free bus pass. You get
Free bus pass,
free.
right?
And I know, honestly, I don't have my actual card, but if someone needs to get their student ID card, you go to My Solano, go to Student tab, then under Pay Fees, select Purchase Student ID Card. I don't remember how much exactly it is. It's only like a couple bucks.
Yeah, I spent
$5.
$5.
$5?
Yeah, I
$5.
spent
Yeah, you should be
$5.
good
And
with
you
that.
can also like Victoria. You said you went to like the student services.
It was
building
like
over
I
here?
went, right over to the student services where admissions and counseling. They'll tell you exactly where to go. I forgot what it's called. It's like I don't know what it's called.
It's over in that building.
Yeah, it's over there. It's
Yeah.
a small
It's
little
easy to
section.
find.
Yeah, if
It's
you go
easy
to
to find.
Solano, it's a small little section. It's like you'll see it. It's like it has a little screen for you to take your picture, and it's only $5, and it's worth it because not only that, like you said, you mentioned student discounts on the
Yeah,
bus.
exactly. Student
You can
discounts.
use student discounts in groceries. It was, certain types of stores. I don't know which ones.
Amazon
but
Prime, you
Right.
You spend like half. a
yeah.
month.
So look up what websites offer
For
students
Yeah.
for
For
students because
students.
that really does help. It really truly does.
I know more than half of these people listen to Spotify or have
Yeah.
Spotify.
Yes.
You could get that half off
Easily
for
half,
putting in your student
Apple
email.
Music, I have the $5.99 subscription. I'm obsessed. Like it's so much better now. I can like
Yeah, I don't pay for subscriptions.
now I can like spend my
on
other
Netflix.
$5 on something else.
Yeah, even though you're saving like so little and it may not seem a lot, but you got to think of it long term.
It's
like
builds
adding
up.
Like for example, Amazon Prime standard subscription, I believe it's like what, $14, $15, right? But if you're paying with the student discount, it's I only pay $7.50, but that extra 7.50 cents per month, it stacks up because the following months are saving
Goes to something else.
goes
you
to
need,
14,
Exactly.
and then 21, 28, and then so on. When you could just, instead of paying like the full price, that extra money can be put into like your gas or even just like food in general.
Yeah, and also to mention that if you do go to a community college in California, Cali Fresh offers $150 a month for groceries for students, and you can apply at students.getcalifresh.org/s/CCC, and again that's students.getcalifresh.org/s/CCC. And that's no capitals. And I wish I would have found that sooner, like at the beginning of the year, because when I tell you, that could have helped me tremendously, because no matter what financial situation you are, everybody can use $150 for groceries.
Everyone wants to save
Everybody.
money.
Everybody wants to
Everybody.
save
Anybody and everybody. So look around your campuses, go inside the cafeterias, go inside the library, go inside your classrooms, go inside your resources, anywhere around the campus, and look around, because this was literally sitting just by the microwave in the study hall or something.
You think students should start applying it like more earlier in the semester?
So yes, so like I said, I never saw it because I never got a chance to actually walk around and look.
Yeah.
And so when you do see it, like, it doesn't matter. Apply when you can. Like, if it says you're not allowed to apply until next year,
Wait till next
year and
Right.
apply early. And get your $150 a month for groceries, because when I tell you, that will help a college student and anybody.
Right.
Right.
Needs.
And like we were talking about with the bus passes and stuff, you said it's like only a few bucks to
$5, yeah.
Yeah, and like, how much is a bus ride? Like $250.
$250.
in some places, and that'll get you far. And
Yeah.
after 2 bus rides, it's like a there and back. That's
Right.
that's your money
You're good.
back. Like, think of all the other stuff you could get on top of that. Like, we're talking about people can't go have fun. You get in the baseball games here at Solano with your student ID.
Yeah,
Exactly.
for free.
Like, that doesn't cost you
Doesn't cost
anything
nothing.
except a little bit of your time
little
and
bit.
to go look out for these resources.
Right.
And like, me and Seth have been here for a few years now at Solano.
Yeah.
We didn't hear about this till we actually started having this
As well.
podcast. I'm like, wait, you can go get your ID somewhere? What, you get like a bus
Right.
pass?
It's better late than never, though. It's better
the
late than never.
process, it's
Exactly.
different compared to if you were in high school. Like, at least when I was in high school, we all had certain days before the actual school started.
You got your ID.
Yeah.
We got our ID then
You did the picture
compared to
there, you got
like,
your books.
Yeah.
yeah, but and then here we're in college now. Like, oh, what? We actually have to
There's like, oh, come get
make
it.
time out of our way to
Yeah.
go pick up this ID, and we don't pick it up on the first day. Of
Yeah.
It's
class.
more
Like,
different now
it's-
when you
it's
were.
way
Oh
different.
yes,
Yeah.
high
Gotta be, like,
school.
self-sufficient
They
to get it
made
yourself,
us
I
like
guess.
wear lanyards and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
you had to be on this campus. Like,
Yeah, staying a little more on the IDs. So like, what more could we do to get people these resources? Like, make the websites more known. Like, should we get like more posters around campus, like at high
posters?
schools?
More posters, because I feel like more people would notice it more, because a lot of people walk around the campus.
Yes.
Entirely.
Yeah.
And like they'll tell you on your canvas, but who's really looking at all that information when you have all your other classes
Yeah.
blowing up your
Like, if they
campus?
if they have another game, put that on the poster.
Right.
You know, bring
Exactly.
more awareness to it.
Include this in your announcements. If
Include it
you-
in the
Yeah,
announcements.
if it was like posted on like announcements, or like if it's sent to, like through your Canvas email,
Yeah.
I
Yes.
think that would, because for me personally, I don't see much of the posters around here. I have like my line.
Two in there. You're two in there.
For where I go to
Right.
classes.
Yeah.
I don't really venture too much around the campus.
Yeah.
Maybe I should, because I haven't. This is only like the second semester I've been on campus because of COVID.
Right.
Yeah,
But-
same.
I think because of that, because of like with COVID and like how it happened, the emailing and like technological ways to send information out should be a lot more utilized. So they didn't really need the IDs for a while because you were on
Entirely.
lockdown at home.
That makes
Because,
sense.
like,
That's a good
It's
point.
because we were at home like just for a
Exactly.
long while that we didn't really get used to the campus.
Exactly. So I think that's what, like, for like our generation, however you want to say it,
Yeah.
we didn't get used to getting the IDs because I'm at home. What do I need it for?
Yeah,
But now,
exactly.
since we don't really know about it, just bringing more awareness. Yeah, either through posters or like sending like a giant email out, or like even
'Cause we
having
get
some of your
texts.
professors say it. Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
if you're
we
at
get
the if
texts
they're
from
at the game,
Solano.
if you're at the game, they should have like a little. I'd say they'd have a table and they would have more information about all of it.
Yeah.
And they like pass out pamphlets
Pass
with
out pamphlets
information.
about it.
Like
to
when
spread
they
more
had,
awareness to it.
so when they had the college fair and stuff, they had like a resource table, I'm pretty sure, and right there, like it could have a list of
On
things
Monday?
you can use your, or no, not on Monday. This was like at the beginning of the year, and they were like, they could just have a list of things you can use with your ID, with your student ID, like, because that will get more people to not only spend their money for the college to give money to use a student ID, to get a student ID, because that gives them discounts. So it's like a win-win situation for both student and college.
Right. And I think a big thing we touched on there was the pandemic. And
Yes.
Yeah.
just like how much of an effect that had with people not knowing what's out there, not knowing
Yeah.
where the information is. You don't
Agreed.
have teachers like walking around campus where you could just catch them and stuff. Like
Like,
everything
hey, where
was-
do I get my?
Not being on campus, I'd say for multiple years had a big effect on a lot of students.
Definitely.
mentally, financially,
Socially.
socially.
most definitely.
Like, why do you think most people are so conditioned now? Just work, school. They're like, that's all you could
That's
do
all
before.
And some people, and I just feel like some people like just don't even want to work, and so they're just like, oh, like I
It's
don't
draining.
Wanna work.
It's
It's very
really draining.
draining. Yes, and
It's
so
not
then
for
they don't
fun.
exactly, and so then they don't get that money they need to actually live
Yeah,
or
yeah.
like survive.
Right. Not like, hey guys,
I think
I'm
it's
going to
different
fun
nowadays.
for 8 hours. You're
Right.
going to work
And then that becomes-
for
and
8
then that goes-
hours.
Yeah,
Or that goes
it's
into-
different. I think it's different now because a lot of students now are just now entering adulthood, and that responsibility of work and school, like the social, it'll be there, but they're mainly focused on work and school.
It's a lot to
Yeah.
balance.
So, yeah,
Like balancing out.
like full time both wise.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I
Be-
couldn't have. Oof.
being a worker, being a student, trying to be a friend and have a social life.
It's hard.
Depending what you have outside of that, being
Yeah.
a part of a family or whatever responsibilities you have, it's a lot. Trying to be financially literate,
That's hard. Yeah.
like that's one of the biggest things that like people can't really work on now. They don't know where to start. Where do you begin to become financially literate?
My coworker, she works 8 to 10 hour shifts, and she goes to school right after. Like, she's a grown woman, has house, has a family, and no, she's still having to work and go to school
Yeah.
to make a living, you know? Like, and it's just like, I just want better for us humans, you know, to have like a better solution to how we could start.
Like another option.
Yeah,
Right.
like a fun, more healthier option, because I feel like when we're stereotyped to just get out of school, work, and then we just go, like, what?
You're conditioned.
We're
You're
conditioned
yeah.
to do that, and it's
falling
just
into
like,
line, falling into
right.
place about others, yeah.
And then some people don't want to do that, and they end up homeless.
There are
And we
are
know about that.
Yeah, there are
in
some things I
California.
could recommend, like nowadays in this day and age, more people have been more comfortable working from home.
Yes.
So
yeah.
that saves a lot of takes a lot of the stress, because if you're working at home, you can literally just, like, if you're on a call and it's paused, you can literally get your work done
Yeah.
and be on work.
There are, definitely, like, if
No
you
commute.
look up,
Yeah,
if you look up
Right there.
work at home jobs, yeah.
Indeed
if
is
you're,
a-
if you're doing
is
that.
a really
right,
good
right. That is a-
Indeed,
that's
yes.
a
I've
great
gotten
source.
so many,
LinkedIn,
I've gotten
Those are
on
great
jobs
sources
on
to help
Indeed.
you. Those are great sources.
Yeah, really, eating Snap Job, that's another one, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think are other ways that we could be financially literate? Like, how can
One of
how
the
can
thi-
someone learn that?
For financial literacy, I think, especially with our generation, we pretty much grew up with social media.
Yeah.
So I think the main thing that social media has affected us is the fact that a lot of people post pictures and videos of themselves when they're at their peak.
Yeah.
What I mean by peak, I mean like
At their highest, not the lowest.
yeah, exactly. Like not
The
exactly
happiest moment.
Exactly. Like they don't see the struggle
Yeah.
Right.
and
The
the work
struggle.
actually being put in
Yeah.
to
The grind.
get
Yeah.
yeah, the grind.
Yeah.
When it's more specifically with like a lot of people on social media will find like 21-year-olds driving like Ferraris
Exactly.
or flexing like Louis Vuitton,
And we
like
get caught up
designer
in that.
clothes.
We get caught up in that.
And
trying
then
to be-
so-
yeah.
Especially with like the pandemic, we start to compare ourselves more because we're not actually going out to putting in that work. So because of that, we would correlate that having these expensive luxuries
Is what we need, but that's
the
not what
defi-
we
yeah,
need.
exactly, like is what we need or slash defines our success.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
When really so
That's a good point.
and even like I remember graduating high school in 2019, one of my classmates, he put like a $1,500 like down payment on like this new like 2020 car.
Yeah.
But yeah, it may seem nice to have like these luxuries like in the
Right.
beginning,
Yeah.
but they're not thinking long term.
Like, are you gonna live in that car?
yeah, are you
gonna
gonna live in that car? Yeah.
Is that
'cause-
car
So-
gonna feed you?
Yeah,
So, yeah.
exactly. So
you run out of money. So
Yeah,
like
because that
yeah.
$500 that you're making from your part-time job,
It's all going in your
while
gas.
you're working
Are
like
you gonna-
full time,
like
it's gonna
it's-
go
yeah.
into like your gas.
are you gonna
You're
maintain
paying for that
putting money
monthly
on
fee.
that
Yeah.
car
Yeah,
and in the
exactly.
house? Like
And then like
You can't do
your
both.
phone bill, because how you
Yeah.
gonna contact people? So,
So,
that's
and-
already taking a lot.
Yeah, so instead of people having to strive for all these unnecessary luxuries,
Yeah.
just stick with the bare minimum.
Yes.
like you said,
I
like-
agree.
like you said, necessities and luxuries are two different things.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. And how could like that feed into Maslow's hierarchy? Like what people need as compared to
Versus
like
what they want.
what and what it
Yes.
takes to get them to that point where we're talking about where you could be financially literate and be
Yes.
on your own and be able to like
Self-sufficient.
yeah, you're able to be self-sufficient, battle all these challenges that come with adulthood, being a student, and trying to live in California.
Right.
Yeah, so what the Maslow's hierarchy of needs is, it's basically like a 5-6 tier pyramid, right?
Right.
Mm.
So at the very bottom, it's the physiological needs,
Mhm.
which is like shelter,
Yeah.
food.
Water.
And then the
Water,
second
yeah.
part, going off my notes, is the safety and security, which is where if you have a job, you have like a sense of community.
Yeah.
Right.
And after that would be like the self-esteem, which is like
Feeling
having
good about
like
yourself.
like achievement,
Yeah.
See,
Having
confidence,
goals.
Goals,
having
yeah.
goals, exactly. But since going back to earlier about spending like or putting like $500 monthly in a car payment,
Yeah.
you're not gonna that $500 could be put
could be
into
used
like
in so many other important
exactly
things.
Your
like food,
Your
food, your
like
education.
Like
food,
is
education, yeah.
like you're putting 500 on a car. How are you gonna balance you put money on the car versus your place?
Exactly.
Going to get groceries, going to the bills.
Like, how are you gonna put the car anywhere if you don't got a place?
Yeah.
It's just real. Like you're gonna be like sleeping in that car on the street,
Right.
and it's gonna get cold in that car. And what do you think you're gonna do to have to heat up that car? It's gonna have to run.
Yeah.
That car's not just running on nothing. It's
Oh.
running
Yeah.
run all that on all that. It's not running on fun. It's clearly not running on fun.
There's some. I would say there's some young college people that they get the thing mixed up where they'll buy a car first before a place 1st.
They get their priorities mixed up.
Yeah.
And so it's really
Exactly.
important to
Yeah.
kind of show, like, everyone's different. Like, not show, like, this has to be your priorities, but, like, just shed light on,
the
like,
basic
what-
necessities.
Yeah, basic
Right,
necessities. Just
right,
shed light
I'm
on
saying,
that. And I think,
yeah.
Like-
I really hope that's what we can do here.
Yeah,
Right.
we're all like super young. Like there's gonna be time for us to save up that money and
I thought
buy
we
the
were
things
old.
that
One thing I really like to do is that I love to make money and I love to spend it. I love to treat myself, and I have to cut back. Like I really
We're
do.
young,
I'm like
yeah.
no,
Yeah.
like I have to save my money. So what I like to do is I like to make a list of the things that I need to that I genuinely need, like deodorant or female products or anything else. And so like I'll make a list of that of my upcoming paycheck. And so after that, I'll look at my finances and I'll see, am I able to get what I want? And then really have that mental discipline, that self-discipline for yourself to really have
That
this mind.
financial
Yes, the
discipline.
That
financial
financial literacy.
discipline. Yes.
That's what it's all about.
That financial literacy. and have that in your hand or in your card and really say, no, I'm not gonna spend it today.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit down and watch some TV.
It's the power of saying no to, like, yourself.
Yes.
And that's really tough
Some
sometimes.
self-control.
Yes, and it's really hard for me because I'm like, oh, shiny, I want it. Oh my gosh, but I'm like, later because it will be
I don't
it will
think
be
we
on the
really see,
website
like,
later.
like money like that. So we're young. We tend to just want what's in front of us. If we
want
can get it,
we
we're
have
gonna
money,
try to get
we
it.
want to get it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a lot of self-control, and I feel like that really feeds into Maslow's hierarchy. A lot of those sections are self-esteem, self-actualization. Like nobody's gonna come pick you up and hand you the resources
Yes.
like we're doing today.
That's what I. So that's why we're
giving
here
a
to help
guide.
y'all.
We're giving a
Right,
guide. We're giving a blueprint and a guide on how to hit it.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's important because like, oh crap, I forgot what I was gonna say.
It's okay.
No, you're
So
good.
because like that money being spent to the unnecessary things,
Yeah.
where that means it's gonna be a distraction as well.
Yes.
Because instead of that time and effort to be put into a schoolwork,
Yeah.
all of our grades and our efforts in school, it's gonna depreciate.
Objects are a distraction from
It's a
themselves.
tool.
And not
Money is
only
a tool.
that, people have a different meaning of like necessities to them. Like my necessities are my school, my car, and food.
A reliable car.
Yes, a
Yeah,
reliable
there you
car,
go.
and then clothes just on my back.
That's what many.
That's my necessities. But other people
That's
are
the
like,
main priorities.
or
Right.
like, oh my god, shopping, or this new trend, or this new product that's trending, or this that's trending, or that, or this. That's not really like something you.
Like, we're-
it's
that's-
something you want.
That's
more
not the
like
that's not the reality. That's like living in a fantasy.
just the stuff you want,
Yeah.
and it's just like, no,
Like it's not a priority.
it's not
Yeah.
the
Our
priorities,
priority
right?
is to get our degree.
And
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mhm.
A lot of people get it twisted with money because money it's a tool to get an
Yeah.
object.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's an object that could be replaced.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's why yourself is what matters foremost.
Yeah, you can't be
And
replaced. Yeah.
Taking care of yourself and your needs and what you need to
Exactly.
get yourself to that next
And know
step.
your needs.
One thing I
know
would-
the difference
yeah.
between your needs.
One thing I
and
would
your
also add
wants.
is, I would say like a lot of people don't know health is wealth. Actually, to be honest.
hmm
Yeah,
Mentally, physically, it's what it's all about. And I think that's
it's
what
not
a lot,
always about money.
it's what a lot of people.
I was literally about to say, don't think that everything is about money.
They'll
Like,
think money is everything. They'll
Money
put
is not
over,
everything.
They'll put money over actual people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, knowing how not to or to spend your money. Like, you don't
Yes.
have to have the money. You just have to have the resources to know how to
Yes.
use them. You could use that ID we were talking about to get you through baseball games, which might cost
To
like
get you
five
get
to
through
$10.
everything in school. To get
Yeah.
you through everything. in
But
school.
bus pass, you could use that for however many rides you want. That just adds up, and that's where the money comes in. It's not actual physical cash in your pocket
Right.
that you could go burn somewhere.
Like, I was looking at a list of scholarships that I could apply for, and I just wrote a list of them. All of that came up to like what, like $8,000 to $10,000, and
that's saving.
even if I didn't get all of those scholarships, like
even
I'm
half
still,
of that, a quarter of
like,
that.
are you serious? That's a lot of money that I could just freely get from signing a little paper, from looking up, boop, 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 putting my name in, information. There you go,
Any
money.
money saved is money gained.
Period.
there you go. That's how you do it.
Anything you save, it's for you. It
Period.
deducts it off.
Leave it at that.
And
Entirely. And I hope that you all can use the tools that we've laid out here and use some of these resources to not either help yourself, but maybe someone you know that can relate to some of these issues we've
Yes.
talked about today, and might be able to use some of these resources to get some help.
Right.
And just to finish off, we got Seth,
Victoria.
Julius, and Colin right here on the end. I'm Ryan, your moderator. We are all the Power
Power
Changers,
Changers.
and we're signing off. Thank you guys. Have a good
Thank
one.
you.